Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Cullman High School head football coach Trent Walker, powered by the Cullman Bearcats shop. Visit cullmanbearcats.shop for all of your Bearcat gear. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome in, Coach.
I'm glad to be back. Every time we come back, I got another win under the belt.
Isn't that nice?
It's a nice feeling, yes, sir.
Very good. Well, actually, you split the last 2 weeks. You had a loss and you had a win. Let's talk about them.
Okay.
So back on October 2nd, you played Hartselle, and they were everything you were expecting them to be, Coach. They beat you 24-0. Tell us about that night.
Yeah, the Sports Writers Association, they don't hand out number 4 rankings to just anybody.
No.
Hartselle's team, not only are they good on the football field, they're senior laden. They got 28 seniors.
Wow.
And that experience and that depth really showed up in our game. Again, we sound like our same record this season, but that's what you do when you're growing. Our guys fought. It was 7-0 at halftime, and really that drive, the touchdown drive they had was the first drive, which is always the hardest one defensively.
Sure.
And they converted four third downs, which that is a testament to their experience level and execution. And then eventually we played 22 snaps, more of defense than offense, so our guys got tired going against their 300-pound linemen, so the score got extended. But again, even the last drive, instead of going to be 28, our guys fought and got a field goal kick instead of a touchdown.
Right.
To make it 24-0. So proud of the things we saw. Certainly we don't have any moral victories. We have a lot of work to do on our end, but it showed us that the way we're playing matters. Now we just got to get better at the execution.
Good deal. So then last Friday, you traveled up to Huntsville to play Columbia. You came away with a fantastic win, 39-0. What happened in that game?
Excited about that game. Obviously, we know what Columbia's been through. We have a lot of respect for their young men. Every year I've been an assistant or a head coach, turn on that tape, and their guys still play hard. They've got good athletes that play hard.
Sure.
So a lot of respect to them. But I was wanting to make sure we started the way we wanted to start.
Right.
And so we got out. We scored the first drive, a touchdown, had 3 and out. Didn't score on the second drive. Was disappointed on that. But then we punched some more in. We ended up taking the halftime 30-0.
Sure. So
we played well, started fast, and that's what I wanted in a team. We knew we were matchup-wise, we liked where we were, but to be able to keep our edge and play hard. The thing I was proud of our guys is they wanted to do well to get other guys in the game. They had goals to get their teammates in who not had to play on Friday nights this year.
Yeah.
And so we've got all 67 guys dressed. We got all 67 in.
Wow.
That can be a feat.
That's crazy.
Those last couple of drives, rotating guys through, I was proud of our coaches to get everybody's worked hard. Everybody has a role in that success on Friday night. And sometimes you don't get to do anything but say thank you, and then on this one you got to actually put them on the field.
Good deal. So who played well in that game?
I would say I was saying before the guy who got the game ball from our local businesses that does it's Colt Culver. He went 11 for 14, just under 200 yards passing the ball. He threw 2 touchdown passes. Also had a 2-point conversion pass, and he had a rushing touchdown. So he had his best production night.
All right.
But along that, we had 2 guys score their first varsity touchdowns. Our tight end, Brooks Lofton. He's had some catches, but not a touchdown yet. And then a freshman, John Luke Witcher. He had a 22-yard. He broke 3 tackles, did a spin move, and some guys were blocking downfield. He's a big old, thick tight end guy. So to see a guy as a freshman score their first varsity touchdown in the varsity side, it wasn't the back half. It was in the first half.
Right.
And to watch his teammates celebrate was pretty neat.
Boy, I bet he was excited.
Yeah, he's still floating on Monday when he came in. So
For sure. Any big injuries to note from the last 2 weeks?
We had one young man, sophomore, who's been on every one of our special teams.
Right.
He was also running the ball in that second half stretch against Columbia. Got his shoulder injured. Because he's got so many places we have to fill this Friday night on special teams. So, but other than that, we have stayed pretty healthy. We're hoping to get one of our tight ends back for the last game. We won't get him back for Decatur, but for our last game.
You mentioned Decatur. You host them this Friday. They're 2-6 on the season. But, Coach, they won 2 out of their last 3, so that may be a little misleading. What do you expect to see from them?
Yeah, both teams, when we looked at it, we're going to have harder starts. We actually follow them, if that makes sense. Like the team they play the week before we play the next week, we follow them as the schedule kind of plays out. So we both knew what the front half of our schedules look like. And so to see where both sides were headed in the back half, we thought it would be a good matchup. It is. We're both 2-6. So inside our building, we're saying, who's 2-6 means more right now. What program, the records are the same, but we feel like the programs are possibly in 2 different directions in terms of, he's a second-year head coach. I'm first year. Where are we going to fall in terms of our culture here on a Friday night? It's a historical game. You ask some of our older hats in the community, like Cullman Decatur is the rival, not Hartselle. That's more of a younger person rivalry. It's become the Decatur was the old original rival. So it'll be a lot of people in our stands Friday night.
Okay. So, Coach, oddly enough, you have a bye week for the last week of the season. So, really, this game coming up against Buckhorn is technically your last game for the year.
There's a lot of coaches that philosophy-wise, they take a bye the last week, and the idea is bye week before we go to playoffs.
Right.
Obviously, we're not a playoff team this year, so we'll be packing up early. As we head into a new schedule cycle, those philosophies may change as I do the schedule, but it's kind of this year. It's you hate to not be playing. Yeah. But you also, we know where the final point is. So let's push hard these next 2 weeks. Yeah. Finish up against Buckhorn for our regular season.
So you've got a team there in Buckhorn that's 5-2. They're having a very good season. What do you expect to see from the Bucks?
They play a lot of passion. We had some tapes of theirs early in our crossover films, and so obviously saw them having a lot of offensive success. They beat Athens before we played Athens, so they've impressed us throughout the early part of the year. I haven't seen them as much because we've got region play. And those tapes haven't come our way, but we know they're playing a lot of passion, very athletic. They got some defensive ends that rival anybody in our region, if not better. So quarterback, athletic, talented. So excited to take that was a game we lost here last year. That was a game that Cullman was up and lost late. And so I wasn't here, but a lot of our players want that revenge game to take one up there. Probably on their senior night. I don't know that, but I guess it's probably their last home game as well. So probably their senior night. They took ours on senior night last time. Right. So it should be a pretty exciting game for us to get up for.
Okay, very good. So, Coach, as you know by now, we like to rotate a question every time that we meet, and I've got a new one this week, and that is, tell us about a player that has really come along this year and been a surprise to you.
We got a right tackle, Easton Swafford, number 72 for us. He's a guy. When I first met him, obviously I saw his height, but also knew he was a basketball guy. He was kind of skinny coming out of basketball season, and he went to shake my hand. It was a very, very nice handshake.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I was like, oh boy, maybe this is a guy that could grow into an offensive lineman before his time's up. And he attacked our nutrition program when he got out of basketball, attacked the strength program.
Fantastic.
Had an incredible summer, and he's our most improved player. There's some guys that we knew would be good. Max Dollar, nose guard, he knew he was good, and he's being good. And Jack Cabry and some guys. But our most improved player to me is Easton Swafford. In terms of where I thought he was to what he's doing for us on Friday nights. Again, he's played mean. Again, and when I say mean, I mean legal.
Yeah,
just physical,
legal mean.
Hitting players and being physical downfield. So proud of him. His dad was an offensive lineman here.
Good deal.
Played with Wesley Britt when he came through. So he's got some heritage at O-line.
Yeah.
So we're excited to see him finish out his career here.
All right, great. Well, Coach, that's our show. We appreciate your time. And as always, we appreciate yours. Join us again in a couple of weeks for another Cullman edition of Coach Speak.
Go Bearcats.